Chazak u'baruch and a Rosh Chodesh Tov to everyone. Be'ezat Hashem, tonight Mincha is going to be downstairs 7 o'clock. Early Minyan is going to be 5:50 upstairs. The Halacha tells us that if a person who's, for example, the Baal Habayit, he says a bracha of Hamotzi lechem min haaretz, and there are people that want to fulfill their obligation with his bracha. So the rule always is, this is what we commonly do on Shabbat. It used to be in earlier times, they used to do this also during the week. But our minhag, the custom today is to, on Shabbat, the owner of the house says the bracha, and everybody listens and answers Amen. So of course, since they're listening to the bracha, they're not allowed to answer Baruch Hu Baruch Shemo. They have to be silent throughout the bracha, pay attention, and answer Amen when he finishes the bracha. Once they answer Amen, they have to wait until they get from the bread and taste. They're not allowed to interrupt. Just like the person who's saying the bracha is not allowed to interrupt, so too they are not allowed to interrupt. And we don't say, oh, I didn't say the bracha, he said it, so he can't interrupt. No, you can't interrupt either, because you're using that bracha that he said for yourself. So until you taste, you're not allowed to interrupt. However, let's say one of the person spoke. So the rule is, if that individual spoke before anybody tasted, before the person who said the blessing tasted, before all the other people tasted, and he spoke something and it wasn't connected to the meal, he has to go back and say another bracha. But if somebody tasted, even if it was somebody else, let's say it was a different person tasted, or the person who said the blessing tasted, even though the individual who spoke did not yet taste from the bread, we don't require him to go back and say another bracha. So as long as somebody tasted, we're not going to make him go back. But that's not lichatchila. The right thing to do is to not interrupt until he actually tastes from the bread. He doesn't have to wait for everybody else to finish, but he has to make sure that he tasted from the bread. Baruch Adonai le'olam. Amen.